Why, hello everyone, and welcome back. Hello. This is the Taku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. It is, in fact, Election Day in the United States. In some states. Not all, but some, including mine. I do live in the state of Virginia, and today is technically voting day. I have already voted. There's my stickers. My sticker. I did the thing by mail more than a week ago. So that sticker comes included with your ballot in the envelope. It's just been hanging out for a while. Today I have been yet again frustrated a little bit by Notepad++ not actually copying when I hit Control-C over selected text to copy as I go to paste into other things. So, yeah, frustrated by that unfortunate behavior. Every single time I copy the link to this stream to paste into a sentence, a phrase that I have in Notepad++, that I then select the phrase and copy the phrase with the link to paste into Discord when I go live. When I hit Control-V to paste in Discord, it pastes just the link and not any of the text that I know for a fact that I just copied. I have to go back to Notepad++, reselect the text, and copy again. It's a little bit frustrating. It's like that pretty much every single stream. Anyway, that was that. Halloween happened. I carved pumpkins for Halloween, and I've got pictures of that on Discord. Yesterday we got in the mail a surprise box of cat food, of lots of cans of whatever the heck they eat, the fancy feast that they have for breakfast in the morning. They get between the two of them one can, just split one can for their breakfast in the morning. They have access to dry food all day, and then at night they will get a dinner that is a different brand of food. It is Sheba, the perfect portions. And it's called perfect portions because it's pretty much the same amount, just split into two already, so you don't have to do it yourself. And it's just one little portion for each of them for their dinner, which, you know, it works. It works. Ollie's getting fat off of just that, even half a can and one of those portions, just because they have always access to dry food. But anyway, that was a gift off of my Amazon wish list that I have that is public and available through the link on my Discord server, which I also have put on their dinner, as well as some dry food and a few other things are on there. People like to send me stuff for the cats all the time and never anything for me. Gee, I wonder why that would be. That we would end up getting a whole bunch of stuff for the cats only. So, hi. Today is definitely a day. I have figured out why the game was not coming up through the game capture last time. And that is because XSplit recently updated and no longer, by default, starts in administrator mode. So, because I updated Streamlabs, I had to go back and actually tell it again to start with administrator privileges. So that was a thing. And now it captures Factorio. Oh, joy. And I don't have to have the display capture on, though I might turn on the display capture just briefly because, yeah, this thing I now know exists. So what is this thing? I'm not sponsored by this, but this is a browser-based game that is basically EVE Online economy simulator without any of the PvP like combat aspects. This is JITA simulator, and also without any of the exploit scams, because that'll actually get you banned from this game. This is Prosperous Universe, where you start as a corporation, not a corporation, but a company. You start yourself as a company, and you get to pick what starting resources you start with for what type of industry you want to get into in the beginning, and then you set up the buildings. You place an HQ on a planet. You construct the buildings from the starting materials that you get given for your particular industry at the start of the game, and you start making stuff. And when I say it's like EVE, it really follows EVE's industry type stuff, where you do have to sit and wait a long time. So this is not something that you sit and you just play. This is something that you set and you start making plans, and you spend 8+ hours at a time just making plans while stuff is happening, while you're waiting on timers to tick. And as you make stuff on your planet, you have to load stuff into your ship, into your cargo, and physically take it to a commodity exchange that you can then sell the stuff at and buy stuff at. And in order for these buildings to work, you have workers. You have a workforce, and the workforce has needs that you need to fill. I started this game as a farmer, so I get to make my own water and rations to feed my workforce, meaning I only really need to buy the clothes for the workforce. And I bought these padded work overalls to make them work more quickly. It improves satisfaction, which improves efficiency, which just means that they do work faster, which means that these timers are faster, which means I get more stuff more quickly. So it's great. It's good. It's good. Not quite Anno in space, because Anno you actually get to pick where you put the stuff, your buildings. You don't really get to pick where you put your buildings. You just make them in your space that you have available to you on the planet. I have 500 units of available area in my base on this planet. I am using 159 of it, which means I have empty space for another 341 units of developed area in here. And then there are different classes of people, of which this draws from a planetary population. So you may eventually expand to a planet that you need to develop the population on to actually be able to do work on the planet. Because if you go to a planet that doesn't have any scientists, you can't do anything that needs scientists on that planet, on that base. It's actually an incredibly in-depth simulation. It's just a shame that there's only like 300-ish people online at any given moment in time. That's this connected users. There's like 300-ish. So this really is a game designed, I think, that to have like thousands at a time online to really get going with the economic simulation. But it's in space. There's a map of the thing. There's a full I call it a sector of lots and lots and lots of stars, each with lots of planets that you can go to and tap into. 4 main regions, etc. Where's the sidebar? Multiple types of cash currencies, multiple currency types, and the currency type matters depending on where you are to different exchanges. And the only way to do actual currency exchange, to like convert currency into another through like foreign currency exchange, you have to be a paid member to do that. Otherwise, you have to take goods to another place and sell them in the local currency. As the way around doing that, you actually just buy stuff in one area for one currency, sell it in another area for the other currency if you really want to convert that way. And yeah, so I've been getting into this, despite it being really slow, because you have to you are slowly building up from essentially nothing. I am at a point I have built a couple of these rig buildings that are pumping water, as well as a couple farmsteads. You start with one of each of these. I have 2 farmsteads now. I have 2 food processors and 2 rigs. I would have done things very differently, but hey, you know what? We're going to go with it as the first company I've made here. If you fail, you can restart your company to try something else. There's various different things you can pick at the beginning that you can do. I did farming. There's also, you could just dig ore out of the ground and process ores. You can be a manufacturer and actually do the next step up, where you're buying raw resources and making some intermediary resources or final products. You can get into the actual plastic production. Like, there's lots of options, lots of different industries to go into, and they all interweave. And yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, and that's what I have been devoting a bit of time to lately. But anyways, as I said, not sponsored. The company that runs the game is doing sponsorships for content creators, but I just wanted to point that out myself, that it's a thing that exists. It would be great if more people were in there, and it's free to play. May you know what browser that is? Why, that browser is Opera GX. I am also not sponsored by Opera GX. This is Opera GX. This particular browser. You may or may not have seen people actually getting sponsored to advertise Opera GX. It is based on Chrome, like Chromium, whatever the backend is. So it runs all of Chrome's extensions natively. You can just add them to Opera. Opera GX will just work. Which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And I have definitely been using it. Not for any of the not for really many of the additional features of it, like being able to actually tell it to limit how much system resources it uses, but it works and it's different. I like it, and it has a tab. It has a tab right over here called the GX Corner that tells you what the free stuff is this week. Right here. This tab is great. It's just default. It's always there. I mean, you can get rid of it, but why would you? It has all the current free games just listed. It's nice. Well, considering that you have the ability to let's see, where is it? Is it this? You have the ability to tell it how much RAM to use at max. I think that by itself makes it more efficient than Chrome. Yeah. You can tell it how much RAM and CPU usage to use. It's pretty decent. is pretty nice. Is pretty nice. So, Factorio. Now that we are however many minutes in to the stream today, however many, 16 minutes in, I've done a few things, of course, off screen. Am I sure it's based on Chrome? Absolutely. Yeah, it's based off of the backend that Chrome uses. Yeah, you don't see the min 10 gigs. Yeah, Chrome uses a lot, but a lot of thing you do have to keep in mind with a lot of modern browsers is that it knows how much RAM you have in your system, and it will use what you have available. And it will bring it down when you need the RAM for other things. At least that's the idea. Implementation, though, is a little bit lacking. Anyway, I've done stuff. I've done some things. I also don't keep a million tabs open. I don't keep a million tabs open, alright? I keep the necessary ones open, and then the rest I make sure I close from time to time, unless I'm doing like research or anything of that like that. But anyway, so where do I even begin here? Going over some of the stuff that I did off screen. Acetylene. That was the beginning of things, of the journey since last Thursday. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I don't really remember. What did we do on Thursday? I've forgotten. No, I think I already had. I have forgotten. We did 10. Yes, we did 10 with the steam right up here. So we got into 10 processing. That's going. The buffer is full now. I said I would do, yeah, and I did the chromium. I said I would do the acetylene, the titanium, the lead, and whatever else I could get to, and I've done all of that. We did the chromium last time. Yep, that's going. It's really nice. I do not read that. No. So acetylene. What I've done for acetylene is rock coal to coke to acetylene, rather than what we had planned, which was a wood-based build. Just because I compared the wood-based build to just processing raw coal, and this is actually fewer overall buildings. This just processing raw coal into the coke rather than doing the wood and tar into coke. The destructive distillation of wood into coal and tar, and then coal to coke with more tar, and then all that tar in through heavy oil distillation in that refinery, giving you a whole bunch of coke as well. This is actually better. And since I'm not lacking for raw coal, I just decided to do that and put it onto the train network. And then multiply it times 4. So now I have 600 per second of acetylene. Each one of these makes 150 units per second, taking out, processing an entire yellow belt of the coke at a time. So that's nice. That has allowed me to tap into titanium as well as lead. The titanium over here, I have 30 per second of ore getting processed into however many plates that makes me. Not many. And it's what we went over last time. It is the screening into grade 1 and grade 2, grade 2 crushed down to grade 1, dealing with the stone, grade 1 screening into grade 3 plus a reject, the reject screening into additional grade 3, dealing with the gravel, the grade 3 getting ball mill powderized into grade 4, and then cast directly. Yeah, the richness really matters. Gotta crank up that richness value at least. If you want to have a game where you have to tap into multiple patches, don't really bring down the richness value. Bring down the size. Bring down the size. This chain sounds a lot like copper. It sounds a lot like many of the red and green science phase processes. It's only at blue science where things get absolutely bonkers, where each and every single individual ore type has a very unique process. I mean, iron's going to look a bit different than this at the green science phase through, like, unslimed iron. That one does have some differences inherently, but there is a lot of overlap in the types of processes for processing in the early game. It's usually screening and crushing and crushing and screening and powderizing and then eventually cast. There's a few orders that are switched between them, but yeah, it looks very similar between all of them, which is why I'm okay with just doing it off screen, because they are all very, very similar at this phase of the game. Now, where the hell did I do the lead? I have already forgotten where I've done the lead. I've expanded my power just a bit. My power is now being powered through the power of modules. Yeah, that's better. What metal plates are on the trains now? All of them. Of the early ones that we had on the mall, or on the main bus, all of them. I don't have nickel. I don't have zinc. I don't have niobium. And I don't have molybdenum, rare earth stuff, or phosphates. So of the actual, like, mine ore resources, nickel, zinc, niobium, oil sands. But yeah. And I don't have silver. That is the other thing. Where the heck is my lead? Where? Where are you? Here. It's always really difficult to see the lead. It's like this awful dark gray color that's actually really similar to the color of the oil sands. So here's lead. This uses significantly more acetylene. Do I always arrange the train net in squares? Well, for this playthrough, I am. But previously, I have built a lot more, like, organically. Anyway. Also, look at the soot from oil sand stuff. I think it's going to be a bit much on the infrastructure to do that. It's gonna be infrastructure for the most part. Yeah, so the lead process, because I have not set this up before, and I said that I would do it, the lead ore comes in, it gets screened into a grade 1 lead. The grade 1 lead gets impact crushed into stone and grade 2. The stone gets deleted. The grade 2 gets screened into grade 3 and grade 1. That has to loop back. The combined output of grade 3 will get secondary crushed down into the lead dust, and then lead dust is converted into molten, and then molten into cast plates. This part changes for silver. Silver is identical all the way up through the lead dust, and then it's just make silver plates. You just cast the silver plates. How much lead ore am I processing? 1 yellow belt, 15 per second, and I have the mining and acetylene production to support another belt line. That will be silver. I didn't do silver because it's new, and I like to do new things together. So for when I need silver, I will be copying this whole thing, plonking it right there, and then just making silver from there. That will be that. Now, what else have I done? Right now, there is just this over here for my tar. All the other tar is gone. I've got these two going, and I had previously mentioned that I had set up the small parts and drilling fluid into tar down here, the infinite like pump jack supply. That's still going. It's giving me a fair amount of tar and slowing the bleeding on the use of this tar for now. Niobium, it's still a lot of work even when directly going into it. I have all of the things that are necessary for niobium right now, or I have what I need to set up the things to directly process niobium right now. That is the current state of the base. Over here I have set up dedicated moss. I am importing carbon dioxide, which I did double. I have 2,000 per second of production of carbon dioxide right now. I am making 2 yellow belts of moss-ish. Stupid throughput issues on these stupid inserters. And I've done salt. I have salt now. When did I do the drilling fluid to tar build? Off screen. I mean, it's not really much to write home about because it's clay, sand, soil, drilling fluid, pump jacks for transport facilities. Do I even have a blueprint for that? I do. It's here. That's what it looks like. There you go. There's the buildings. There's a thing. That makes 100 tar per second by itself, at the cost of 1 copper plate per second and 3.5 iron plates per second. So you're spending 1 copper and 3.5 iron per second to get 100 tar per second out of this. I have 2 of these, giving me 200 tar per second. Oh, and it needs a solid fuel in for the steam. You make like 15 per second logs to get biomass. So for biomass, I do a dedicated. I will have a dedicated build for the biomass planned around a set output of biomass and behind a set output of CO2. I am doing logs into biomass into CO2. I like having these very dedicated builds because a dedicated logs build is a significant infrastructure investment. It is a significant infrastructure investment. I am very much considering logs on the network, particularly for biomass as needed. because this is definitely a more dense resource than biomass, and you just set the building down and convert the logs directly into biomass. As I said, I'm making 2,000 units of carbon dioxide right now per second. And to net 15 logs out, that's a huge chunk out of that. And it's quite a bit of infrastructure on those tailings. It's a bit of power and infrastructure on those tailings. I would put the logs on the train. Yes, because you could fit more on a train. Ideally, like, I don't want to deal with the very high throughputs of biomass. And while, yeah, the compost plant is huge, I mean, it's one step, and a lot of one step away processes, I'll just bring in the previous thing, because there's usually better, like, more utility to having logs. And one other thing to think about, logs are also needed for fungal substrate as logs. And I'm going to need this stuff at some point. It's not just logs make wood and logs make biomass. Logs make both of these. So I would want logs on the network so that I can get wood where I need wood by just bringing in logs rather than having this extra thing on the network of wood and this extra thing on the network of biomass. I can just have one thing in logs that goes in and makes wood, biomass, and fungal substrate. Yeah, wood is just a one-step thing. Once I get logs on the network. I currently do not have logs on the network. What else have I done? I think that will just about cover it. I did a ceramics. I'm working on a ceramics. Over here, I need to place these buildings down, but this is a yellow belt's throughput of ceramics. Just planning this getting stuff off of the main bus. That's what I'm really up to at this point. Just gotta get the stuff off of the bus. Speaking of the main bus, I've gotten most of the stuff off of the main bus at this point. I can delete a lot of the stuff that's either on the main bus or back here in this back end. As you can see, all of these have been trimmed. All of this has been trimmed. Only wood is here. And limestone, which I could just make in the mall itself. I don't really need that here. Seaweed, I have a plan for. I'm working on. These will need rubber stoppers first. Of course, red science is red science. I'll need to set that up. Biomass will come out of logs once I set up the logs, as well as the wood. The incubated petri dishes. I now have the moss, so I could start doing the petri dish stuff. Sodium hydroxide, I can just make in the mall as sodium hydroxide, or I will likely at some point set up a factory doing the slaked lime loop that will give me a bunch of sodium hydroxide output. Of course, I need rubber. That's actually a lot coming in. Right, because I no longer have need of green science. I've completely gotten rid of green science production. I am still providing the good samples, or the poor alien samples onto the network, as well as these PCBs ones, making sure that I have these so I can make chip shooters out in my mall. But yeah, like lots and lots and lots of stuff has been pruned back at this point. So we're getting there. We're getting to that point where I can just go whoop, and just delete the whole thing. But we're not quite there yet. Okay. That being said, looking back at niobium processing way the heck back here. Oh boy. I have the ability to do all of these things now. I very much have the ability to make what I don't currently have of these ingredients. I have benzene on the network. I have tin plates on the network. I have chromium on the network. I have natural gas on the network. Although I don't need to do the natural gas one, because I also have methane now. I have methane now on the network. I went and I did a moondrop build because it's very, 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 very simple. I don't intend on upgrading this part of the methane moondrop build anywhere past this, so I kept this spacing rather tight, and I did this spacing here. I didn't know if this was going to work or not. Short answer, it does work this way. However, it does think that this methane pipe has water. For whatever reason, it thinks that this output pipe has water as part of its system. It says 0 units water, as well as however many units of methane is in it. And it's just because of this. It's just because of this. So, yeah, NIOBIUM. Oh, thank you so much, Pi, for the super chat there. Let's see if Streamlabs picks that up and decides.
That walkthrough was super helpful. Thank you.
Decides to give me an alert. There we go. Thank you so very much. Now NIOBIUM. Let's see. With the methanol here, I have the option of doing either natural gas or methane. It is the exact same recipe either way. I believe it's over here. Yeah, so there's the natural gas option, and then there's the methane option right there. And I will do the methane option instead in this case, because that one's renewable. Even though I have natural gas, it's not renewable. I'm making methane, so I may as well use my methane. How much methane am I making? I think it's 100. I'm pretty sure it's 100 on that build. Methane per second. I think I can afford to use 10% of it. A little over 10% of it down here to make the methanol. I will need to make the tin chromium alloy, which will need the benzene as a fuel. I have the hot air. I have the ability to make the glass. I have the glass because one other thing that I didn't mention down here, the bio reserve, bio sample stuff. I've brought in all of the things to make the glass, as well as the lead, the tin, the lead, the titanium, and the steel to make the fuel for these buildings. And these are filling up a train now. So I have biosamples on the train network at this point, and it's actually pretty glorious. And I also have the glass coming in as well. I decided, wow, this is a whole bunch of inputs. This is 3 fluid inputs. Anytime I need something made out of glass, nah, I'm just gonna bake the glass and put it on the train network. I want the molten glass available primarily for things like the optical set build, of course, and the glassware build. Those I know are going to be separate things as well. So will glass need to be a separate thing. That I will need a dedicated glass at some point. That point is not today. I will need to make lamps. I will be expending a few more lamps than I would like because I'm not currently going to be getting into the tubes. To get into the quartz tubes, I'm going to need to go into rare earth processing. Because you need like rare earth oxides to make those tubes. It's annoying. comes a little bit later. Just a little bit later. Where is this getting its tar? Oh. Oh. I was working on this. Wait, there should be another thingy. Because I didn't want to do this process. I didn't want to spend this much on this. Did I actually look at alternatives? I don't think I did. That's a little bit annoying. Because, yeah, that's a lot of tar. But you know what? This is my gateway into infinite tar. I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. I don't even have access to this process to get into cumene. This doesn't unlock until the next science level. What the heck happened here? I thought I took care of all of this. Maybe it's just a wrong icon somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that this is not... Yeah, I was looking at combustion mix for power. You suggest directly using the coal water slurry, but you can burn both benzene and aromatics. Same ratio. I mean... It's 100 coal water slurries, so you get... I didn't even know that there was a mix for coal water slurry from combustion mix. There's a coal water slurry combustion mix. There is. It gives you 550 steam for 100. Well, I guess that one's better. Either way, I'm not going to do this until I have access to Mark II combustion turbines. The reason is that Mark I combustion turbines will not give me as much power output as burning the benzene in oil burners. Oil burners burn into steam into the steam engines. So at Mark 1, the oil burners will produce more power. Mark 2, the Mark 2s will beat the oil burners, so that's when I would do this. So right now, if I were to set up a power setup, I would convert into benzene and aromatics, and I would still throw the benzene into the oil burners, because you can get whatever the heck the efficiency value is on the steam turbines power out of it. It's actually really nice. It's actually really nice, but for later, yes, this would actually be pretty good. That would be pretty decent. So we have to figure out a solution here. I was looking at a solution. I can't remember what I was looking at that I was trying to figure out. Oh yeah, I was looking at plastic too, like looking at the different options for getting into plastic. I think this is going to be what I do. So electrolysis uses an absolutely huge amount of power. Hydrogen is absolutely not really worth using in combustion turbines. It's one of the least efficient ways to produce power, is to do anything involving the hydrogen. It's power positive, but it's not that power positive, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be a massively huge build, and there are far more power positive ways for producing power. That's the point I'm making, is that there are much better options. Much better options that also don't require any inputs. Like the coal water slurry. I mean, technically it needs a fuel to burn whatever it is that you're making the tailings out of, but whatever. Close enough. And since you're doing the biomass anyway to feed the powerhouse, you have that solid fuel. So, yeah. It's out of nothing. It's out of nothing. Now, what do I need to solve here? I need to solve the cumene problem / the acetone problem. Like, I'm freaking certain I brought up acetone using the other recipe. This one. I'm like fairly certain I was looking at this recipe somewhere in here. Because this is what I need to get into the acetone. Like, duh. Like, duh. This uses significantly less copper. I will need to get chromite sand onto the network. Wait, that's a lot of chromite sand. Hold up, you. How much chromite sand do I get out of a... Oh. Do I get out of a yellow belt of chromium right now? Gosh, all of this is really just to avoid ammonia. And all of this is to, like, avoid the ammonia. The urea ammonia. Oh, I was looking at nitrobenzene. That's what I was looking at, I'm pretty sure. Ammonia. I need the ammonia as a product. Gosh, so do I actually just do this? I guess I do this until I have the better option. Yeah, I guess I do this until I have the better option. The propene has to be broken down. And there you go. That is the actual solution for what I have right now. Ah, see, we don't have Ulrichs yet, and that would further delay all of this. That would massively delay all of this. Okay, well, the goal for right now is refined syngas. Let's start with refined syngas and go from there, shall we? Let's figure out where I'm going to be mining this stuff. Should I have refined syngas on its separate thingy? Why do I not have Ulrichs? Because this is really early. Because we're really early and I haven't done any new biotics yet. I don't have Kickalk, I don't have Ulrichs. I can get them. We just need to do it together, and I haven't done it yet. I can get them. I'm going to steal these. Those are mine. I will need them for alloys. Yeah, I probably want refined syngas done separate and provided on the train network. Yeah, I need to make the first Ulrich. That's part of the issue here. Oh yeah, I should probably do that here. Hey, buddies, please go over. Let's go over to where I had that. Where are you? Where are you? Here. Hello. I'm gonna need a data array. Thank you for the data array. I'm going to need... Well, I'm gonna need this building. Oh, and the moss gene samples. Yeah. We need these things. We need like all these things. Here, go there. I cannot allow my nanobots to build this. Actual constructobots need to construct for me so that I can actually get the productivity on here. Because holy hell, 40% productivity bonus on the building that gives me neural processors is very ideal. Is most ideal. Absolutely gloriously ideal. What thingies do I need again for the doohickey? Right. I don't have the cDNA here. I'll need to manually bring that over when I can. This can just get a thingy. That can just go. Where's the freaking creature chamber? Am I not making them? Oh. It would appear I'm not making creature chambers. Yeah, let's get a creature chamber. That sounds ideal. As my logistic bots all of a sudden go down to 0 available as they try to send me several thousand units of stuff at a time, all of which I have. I will at the very least get refined syngas today, by the way, in our 3-hour stream. We will get the refined syngas. Don't worry about that. What am I going to need it for outside of this? What am I going to need you for out? Oh, right, there's that recipe. Outside of just mining NIOBIUM, there's the best possible glassware recipe, which I don't even have the ability to get purified quartz yet. Thank you so much, Tech Progression, for giving me access to a glassware recipe before having access to the ingredient for it. Maybe this recipe should be in a tech that's locked behind having the tech that gives you purified quartz. That would sound like a great idea. That is not an aromatics recipe I will ever use. That is a recipe... Is there a molten-based one, though? Yes, that does not use refined syngas. Boron, right. And these late-game things. I will absolutely need refined syngas for all of those. So yeah, I would like to have the refined syngas on the network independently. Hey, you go fast, please. Go quickly. It'll be nice having circuit 2s and replacing all of these with stack inserters. That would be great. Stack inserters would be fantastic to have right about now. What's clogging up my inventory? A few things. Few thingies are clogging up my inventory right now. While I wait. cDNA. Gotta grab some of that. Do I have everything I need for the CDNA provided onto my network here? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say... Yepers? I'm pretty sure. Whoops. I want the building. I want the building. I am gonna need to like bring the Zogna over and bring hot air up. Because I did cut back on some of these pipes. Cough, cough. Not realizing, oh hey, you probably want to have those. Alright, hot air. This is necessary, no matter what. No matter what, I need to do this. The Zogna I will likely also bring up. From here. Meow? What's the mew for? Who's meowing? Is that my Ollie? Yes, that's my Ollie. Ollie's meowing at me. Hey, my boy. That's my boy down there. Da-ba-da. Come on. Hey. Get out. Hey, baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, the big boy. The big boy. Yes. How's that, Ollie? Oh, that's my good boy. That's my good boy, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You wanna go. You wanna go. Yeah, go on. Go on, big boy. Go on, my big boy. He's a big kitty. He's a big kitty, but he's a scaredy cat. He's an absolute scaredy cat. Please build those. Thank y'all. Grab the things. Give some power. And then, if I'm not mistaken, the only thing here that I shouldn't have... Okay, I need the substrate and the cocoons. I don't have those brought down, but that's easy enough. Oh god, the substrate's like all the way back here. Ahem. Well, that's a belt. Well, that's a belt line. Wow, that worked. Oh boy. Okay, all the way down here. I'm going to do a shared belt. Oh, actually, that means at the end I'm going to need to have a splitter that filters each of these. I'm going to have the cocoons. Where are you? Rauk cocoons! There you are. And the substrate here. Yeah, I could make substrate, I think, local or something like that. But I wanna get both of these on the train network and replace with the train network. Oh boy, nope. That is the one unfortunate part about the new dragging method, is it really hates that particular scenario. Okay, this is... Not required. Goodbye. Goodbye. This whole thing. What? No. Why would I need to filter this? I just need to filter off of this splitter. That's the only thing that needs to be filtered. Alright, let's get down here. Here's the first thing. How am I gonna do the combining? Probably there. So I need to make sure that we're coming in on the bottom side. Oh. Yeah, this uses a few underground belts. Wait, this is going in the wrong direction! Fortunately, doing this does flip all these undergrounds. By the way. It flips all the undergrounds as well. Jeez, how far am I going down? Right to there. Okay. Hey, Ollie. Ollie brought me his baby. He brought me his chipmunk. Yeah, you got your chipmunk. Get your chipmunk. Yes, you get your chipmunk. Now he wants to play. More? Well, we're here, so... Ta-da! So that will make cDNA. Well, it'll make moss gene samples there, and cDNA, and all that, so... As Ollie drops his toy, enjoy the toy, mister. That will be a good way towards being able to automate some of these things. Not all of them, or at least to get the first copies of a lot of these things. I have to be careful because there's actual train traffic that goes across that right now. Yes, you lick your baby. Lick your baby. Clean it up. And then bite it. Ollie was not happy on Halloween. Dolly was like right behind me, right behind my head sleeping, while folks were knocking at the door to get their candy. Ollie, the moment there's a knock on the door, is running up and hiding under my bed. He can be down here with me. If there's a knock on the door, he scats towards the door to get up the steps to get to my room, to go under my bed. I am not planning on updating mods in this playthrough, so there's that. Okay, that should be that. I'm gonna limit you to not too many at a time. Ollie. Ollie, you keep dropping your baby. Do. Go get it. It's gone. Go. Tis gone. Tis gone. You better go get it, Ollie. If you want your baby, you gotta go get your baby. He doesn't play fetch. Sadly, this kitty doesn't play fetch. It's his sister that plays fetch. Alright, what's using up all this space? Stuff. Stuff is using up all this space. Okay. What do I need for Ulrichs again? What do I need to do the first Ulrich? Okay, it's just water. Thank God it's not the, like, blood or anything like that. For this particular one. For this one, in particular, it's okay. Okay, I need to make horse DNA samples. And I will need Ulrich Codex. Codices. Codices. Ulrich. I should have all of the things for it. Go ahead and limit. Also, while I'm here. Do I want to do any other ones? No, not yet. That will be Ulrich's for me. That's not going to do much because the stack is like 300. So I'll have a few Ulrich hanging out eventually. There you go. There you go. It's done. It's automated. Now, moving on. Because I would like to actually set up the Ulrich at some point so I can have my supply of, you know, manure and bone meal on the network. Because I do not like the concept of having to spend this much plates. Yeah, Faugi... I'll need for the food, right? I'll need the Faugi for the food, so... That one's done in the other thingy, right? It's done in here. I can do that before that thing. Faugi, you need steam. That's interesting. Okay. Boiler. Water. Fuel. Coke. What? Oh, there's not enough bots. You will need another DNA sample as well as codex and the spores, but the spores come out of nothing. You also need the ground samples. I'm not providing those. Am I even making the spore collector? I am. So it's somewhere. It's somewhere. It should be in here. Spore collector. Bottom here, under the research center. It appears as if at some point this was fixed, by the way, with these buildings. So previously there were times, now it probably is still borked if you do a tech reset, but previously, oh, never mind. Never mind. I was going to make the point that the recipes for the 60% actually overwrote the 40% ones, but as it turns out, something happened. And they don't. Let's go ahead and output some spores there for actually each type of doohickey. Bodo, Navin, and Yadel. There you go. Enjoy your spores. Right, we should try to get into Bodo's. We should try to Bodo. Not right now though. We should really try to make the first Bodos. Those would be good, but I need good samples for those. That's the problem. What are Bodos used for? They have a speed modifier of 4,500%. And they can be placed in any mining building in the entire base. They can be used in mining buildings. That is my only reason for doing them this early. Would be to have them as a 4,500% module, speed module. Note that mining drills will be limited to 1 unit output per tick, or 1 output cycle per tick, regardless of whatever speed bonuses I have. So it would be more like 1 module in a building, in a mining drill, and it would give 60 per second out per drill. Please don't hit me. There we go. Refined syngas time! Oh boy. No, it's not. It's not, because I did all that and I still haven't set up the Faugi Codex. The Faugi Codex and the other thing. Yeah, it's like, set up your codices, buddy. Faugi. There, go, be free, do things, stuff. Doohickeys. Doo-da-doo-hickeys. How's this going? How you doing? You moving? Move faster. Just move fast. All you need to do is move fast. Mushroom sample. Mmm. Yummy. Yummy, yummy mushroom samples. This is making the moss gene samples, which is nice, and the ground samples. Oh boy, we're just getting massively delayed here. But hey, biotic stuff is necessary. Absolutely necessary. For this, all I need to do is go like that. Ta-da! Ta-da! Each one of these makes 60 steam per second. Hello, Ollie. Had a big boy. Yeah, you're rolling. Yeah, you're rolling. Okay. So I'm likely to run out of these quickly. Very quickly. Because my production is a little slow on all those. Now am I free? I think I'm free now. think I'm free. Okay. Phew. So, refined syngas. We are going to be doing... Excuse me, but that is actually a good recipe. What? If you're willing to spend the nickel. Isn't bio oil free? Not quite, no. Not quite, but the reason is because rare earth oxides on those. But if I won like 100 of you, It's an interesting prospect. It's an interesting prospect that I don't think I'm going to take the game up on. Because let's not forget also that nickel will require mining with syngas as well. So what was I looking at? Using that one. I want 100 of you. That's 100 of you. Now, there is a recipe that outputs both of these things at ratio. I want to note that that recipe exists, but it uses Nexilate. There. It's biomass and Nexilate. I don't have that recipe yet, for one, and it's a lot of Nexilate. But Nexilate is from nothing. So theoretically, if you're willing to build a massive amount of infrastructure and place a massive amount of infrastructure down to do this, that is an option. It is absolutely an option for getting refined syngas out of nothing. Out of absolutely nothing. So, we are going to be getting our methanol. I'm also not going to spend copper and zinc that I don't have. We're going to be doing this. And for the actual syngas, just, I think, the standard the standard coal gas plus oxygen from tar recipe will be how I go about that. Of course, we will electrolyze the oxygen, or electrolyze for the oxygen. Yeah, that's 2 megawatts of power by itself there. If there were a priority method of converting the hydrogen into power, if there was a prioritization system that allowed for that, similar to Nullius, I would be more inclined to use the hydrogen to offset some of the power cost of this build. But because such a thing does not exist, I'm not gonna. Anyway, next is I need to break down that and set the fuel to benzene. Would you please default that? I think that defaults the thingy. Yeah, that should default the benzene now. At least on that recipe, or at least on, or I hope on that building. What else is there? That will be that. I mean, this is made out of nothing. So the train station will need tin, chromium as solids, and then methane, hot air, benzene, and tar. Yeah, but the thing is, I have to make sure that I'm always using the power / venting anyway, excess hydrogen, right? It's like, I don't want to do a half solution where I'm still venting anyway. If I'm going to vent, I'm going to vent. What I would want is a method of like priority turbining the thing into power that is going to be preferentially used over my other power source. Otherwise, there's no point to me in doing that infrastructure. If it's going to get vented, it's going to get vented. I don't want to count on it using a percentage of that output. I need a specific set of buildings that I am not currently carrying. So I am going to need a rectisol. Oh boy. Let's get rectified. As well as methanol reactor. I should have the gasifiers. Personally, I would hope that that type of power prioritization is added with alternative energy, with Pi alternative energy at some point. Not like I'm currently planning on using Pi alternative energy in this playthrough, because I'm not planning on updating any of the mods during this playthrough. That, by the way, is a decision I've made for a bit of time. I don't want to go through every single one of my factories fixing things that break with new updates. So I chose to do this with the C block playthrough as well. There was a major update towards the end of my C block playthrough that would have required a complete overhaul of all of my circuit processing setups in particular, and a number of my ore processing setups. So I wasn't gonna do that. I didn't want to have to go through the entire Kubrick processing chain for one of the last circuits that I'd set up, or was about to set up, or something like that, to get a new metal type that they wanted to have folks use. So yeah, I left it. I didn't update. And then of course, even before the C block update was released, Angel's mods updated and broke the mod. No, I think that Pi alternative energy is going to come with a number of other updates to the rest of the mod set that will change the balance and potentially break things in the base of an existing base. Anyway, I should have these buildings now. I have at least one smelter. I should have everything. Do I have... Yes, I do. Okay. Like, do I have the thingies? Do I have thingies? Yes, I have thingies. Let's go. Let's go. Be free. Let us be free. Where will I build this? Now that's a great question. Where will I build this? Probably over here. Let's get a station down. Right about there. The irony being I could just actually get natural gas there rather than use the methane, but whatever. I'm not building this near the NIOBIUM because this will be a very distinct separate build. As for what NIOBIUM I will tap into, well, there's obviously this patch, but it's pretty close here, and I sort of want this area dedicated to processing coal and coke. There's this one down here. It's a little bit smaller. There's a bit more space to work with, but also acetylene, which will scale downwards as I need more and more of that. So I'm undecided as to exactly which NIOBIUM patch I'll tap into. Probably this one. Probably this one. On a factory that's like over here. I think that's going to be more reasonable. Or this one here. We have a few options. Build, build, build. Now, one thing I do know is that I tend to not quite have enough rail on me as I build out the rest of the train station. Especially when I know that I'm going to need more than, like, 3 more stations here. Gosh, remember when I used to build this on the other side and have it, like, a bit more compact? I remember when I used to put this whole section, like, right over here. The reason why I don't do that anymore is that it prevents you from having anything on either side of the rail. You have to build here and scale out this way. By building it this way, I can build in here and scale this way and this way in 2 dimensions. And I could use this down here, because the way that the station will grow is in 1 dimension across all the aspects of it. Even though that does mean it's a bit longer. Okay, grab that, paste there, get rid of that. Okay, I only need the 2 solids. The rest are 1, 2, 3, 4 fluids. Oh boy. Let's find some fluids. Fluids. Glorious fluids. Let's get that in my backpack so I can disable train stop names and get rid of the belts. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. There we go. And as expected, I did run out of run out of rail. Because I have to build so many! There we go. Fortunately, my locomotive has plenty. At least it better have plenty. You had better have some rail on you. Yes, there you go. Where's my electric grid? Oh. Well, time for an expansion of my electric grid. We're gonna go from here to here, I think. Here to here. Oh boy, that's the alarm to indicate that we are halfway through today's stream. Isn't that glorious? Oh my gosh, it's been an hour and a half, and I'm just now finishing the train station for refined syngas. But you know, in the meantime, we've managed to get 3 Ulrichs and 2 Faugi. So we've got some Ulrich modules and Faugi modules. That's a thing. We covered the stuff that I've done off screen. We've made some plans, done some stuff. We're doing things. But with that, folks, it is time to take a break. I will be back in just a few minutes. And I have returned. Welcome back. Let's continue. I need to get... Why, hello, Ollie. Hello, Ollie. Welcome back to the desk. I need to get power provided here. That's going to be step 1. And I hope with 58... I hope with 58 that I'll have enough. God, I hate the big power pole ghost entities. I really hate those ghost entities. They screw up so much when trying to place these medium power poles because for whatever reason they want to place wires on the ghost towers instead of to the actual building that's literally right there. Like, what is this shenaniganry? I ended up with 5 spares. Oh boy, so we'll have to restock. Hello, Ollie. How are you doing? Are you gonna bring down my green screen? Yes, you are. You're gonna try. What's up there? What's up there, Ollie? Abba! Ahem. As I was saying, don't sit on it. There we go. Better. He knocks it down and then he sits on it like it's a bed. because clearly the big screen is a bed. You know, just normal stuff. All right, back we go. At least it's not as bad as spilling a partial pot of coffee all over my electric piano. You know, at least it's not as bad as spilling coffee all over my piano. Ahem. Dolly. The piano's okay. It's now under my desk next to me, and I haven't had it, like, plugged in or on in a good while. Because it's so big, I just don't have I don't have space. I don't have space for my piano. I want to learn to play this piano. It's just, space. Big. And of course, when I was drinking coffee, I haven't had coffee in... How long's it been now? It's been a while. It's been well over a month and a half, at least. But when I was drinking coffee, Dolly came up and I was going to show Dolly. I had my coffee pot on the desk next to me. The actual full pot. And she was trying to jump onto the pot and then going towards the window that I have right there on that wall. And I go to grab her to show her to people, and she hooks the pot for the coffee pot. The actual coffee pot. She hooks into it. And as I pull her forward, she pulls down the entire coffee pot with the decanter in it. And there was like 4 cups worth of coffee left in it that spilled completely into my electric piano. On stream! It was great. Yes, that was a great day. That was a great day. Anyway, what do I need to do now? I need the alloy. Factory. There you go. So yeah, Ollie knocking that down is not the worst that's happened. That is definitely not the worst thing to have ever happened. I would say spilling a whole bunch of lukewarm coffee onto a piano that cost over $300 is definitely the winner. Our benzene at ref syngas. That is not the correct station. This is the station. Benzene is under high tech. Yeah, this is our tin at ref syngas. And this is our chromium at ref syngas. Tin and chromium is in coal processing for whatever reason. By the way, my actual plan back here, was that still calling for all that? Yes. So I will need to get the chromite sand put onto the train network. I was gonna need to do that anyway. I think I had some semblance of a plan for something involving iron oxide. Yeah. Yeah. So, I have a plan for iron oxide as well as for making plastic. So plastic, I can actually get rid of the production of the iron oxide to show my plan for plastic. I am going to do the iron oxide benzene methane process for my plastic at scale. And in order to get the iron oxide out of that, while you could just waste a whole bunch of raw coal, this exists. So I would think of doing this, but I haven't actually looked at the whole wasting of the raw coal side of things. Hold up. Iron oxide. How much raw coal would it be? To waste raw coal? If I wanted like 5... Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hello, Ave. Welcome. We are working on getting into refined syngas at this point. You missed Ollie. Legit knocked down my green screen straight back to the floor. And he fell from the back of my chair along with it. That was glorious. Absolutely wonderful. Fantastic stuffs. Hello, Ollie. Oh. Mr. Troublemaker here. Yes, Mr. Troublemaker. How's my boy? How's the baby? Yes, that's my boy. Oh, that's my good boy. He likes being held. He likes being held. He's Mr. Scaredy Cat. Now, if I can get my thing back in. That pulled out. Right, I need more, stuff. I need more power poles. There you go. We've got tin chromium alloy getting made here. I'm making this stuff locally because there will eventually be a molten recipe. And I plan on having an alloy factory bringing in a whole bunch of different molten metals and getting molten metals put onto the train network as well. In the long term, that is the plan. I will have a dedicated factory. By the way, if I stop over these bulk rail loaders in this train while it's waiting to go by. The bulk rail loaders will not unload the contents of this train because this train is not... Actually, I don't even know why. I don't even know why. It just doesn't pull out of this train for whatever reason. I guess that doesn't work on trains that I'm actively sitting in. I don't know. There's some protection there. It's happened before. My train has stopped at bulk rail unloader. Excuse me. And it hasn't tried to unload the contents of my train. Anyway, things. Let's get back to the mall so I can restock here. I do not need that smelter. My thought was potentially that there's logic to see if it's a train that's been assigned to the station, but there's nothing that connects the bulk rail loaders to a station directly, and they still work. Like, I don't know exactly how this is working. If it's a script checking if the thing is assigned to a train that's at a stop. I don't know. I don't think it's smart enough for that. But you never know. There might be some logic in there to check for that sort of thing. Okay, I have been restocked enough. Though they keep bringing me more rail. Thank you for rail. And all of that. So Ave, you also missed setting up Ulrich, as well as Falagi. Initial production. So I now have the cDNA automated. It will work when there's stuff provided for it. It looks like it's in need of moss gene samples at the moment, but as soon as we get the moss gene samples, we have cDNA here in the mall. It required running a belt down for Vrauk cocoons as well as the basic substrate. Both of these things will be made in the broader train network at some point, but for now this will do. And I have made like 6 Ulrich. Yeah, and like 10 Falgi. I've got plenty of things, and then we've got loads of spores. Loads of spores going on down here. Eventually we will get our first Bodo. They require good samples though. That's the problem. Good alien samples will take a little while. Alright, let's head on over back here. Not to there. No! No! Stop! That is not actually the station. The station is... Daba? Here. There we go. Better. Wait, why did you go that way around the right to get up here? Huh. I guess it's equidistant. If my destination is on the right side, that'll go around the right way to get to there. And then as I leave on this left side, so to get back up to here, it goes the left way, around and up. If it works, it works. If it works, it works. We're back. Let's continue the build. Now that I have this tin chromium alloy. Now, it's just a physical distance thing. The distance along the necessary route that it has to track, it takes it... If I'm parked over here, it will take it along this line. And since this is a shorter distance from here to here by going this route this way, since this is a shorter distance to make that right-hand turn, it will do that. If it had to turn left, it would take like an extra unit of rail, like one more unit of rail to go the other way, and so it picks the shortest route. Okay, I need oxygen here. Yeah, I will need oxygen. Go. Be free. Enjoy the oxygen. Also, I saw that Pyandon officially commented on day 14. I think it was day 14. Oh, I already archived the thing. So Pyandon commented on day 14, iron plus steel on rails. I guess that was the day that I was talking about the Simic stuff being broken. So Pyandon is like catching up with the streams and says, hey, the Simic stuff was fixed some months ago, all to be updated in the quote-unquote big balance pack. So confirmed, there is a big balance update that will be coming at some point. And hey, by the way, I don't plan on actually updating the game in any update whatsoever for the entirety of this playthrough. So, when he eventually watches part 15 for last stream, where I specifically say, hey, I looked at the GitHub and saw a whole bunch of things coming, including the Simic fix, and I also fixed it for myself with the change. There's the context, is because I don't really plan on updating to any big like balance change, because I don't feel like going and redoing a lot of my factories. I really just don't want to redo my factories. I need 3 of these. That thought has just occurred to me. 2 and 3, and you back 1, and you. Ta, da. Excuse me. I said da. Ta and da. There we go. This guy. I have a build. Yo? Not you. No. You don't have the oxygen. You don't have oxygen! I have a build with oxygen. Where is the build with oxygen? I forgot. Chromium. Hi. You are the build with the thingy. Alright, I need a solid fuel. I forgot about that specific thingy. I need a solid fuel. I didn't bring a solid fuel here. Well, whoopsies. Let's not forget our Coke. Oh, and then I'm gonna need the the actual output station as well. R coke at ref syn gas. Bring me the coke. The coke. Be on its way. Oh good, that works. Whoops. There you go. Power to the everything, and then... Oh, really? Fine. Be that way. Oxygen. The oxiest of gen. Okay, tar time. R tar at ref syn gas. Gosh, this is a fair amount of tar. Gib tar. Getting tarry. And then the other two are going to be R methane at ref syngas. Bring on the methane. Okay, so it's here. And then bring on the hot air. The hottest. The hottest of hot. Let's go. Once the tar comes in, the tar is in. That will make me my syngas. So there's the syngas side of things. Ta-da! And then I need 4 of these. Ahem. We'll do this here. Hey, were these fixed? I think these were changed. Maybe. I'm just noticing this. Yeah, I think these were changed. Wow, that's nice. That's actually good. So previously it was really stupid, and it used to have the hot air and methane right directly next to each other. I'm pretty sure I remember that being a thing. It was as dumb as it sounds. Oh, I need thingies. Yes, thingies. I don't need all 3 of those, but whatever. I don't need this middle one, but I want it anyway. Ta-da! I have no idea why 2 fluid ports each. It's dumb. It's always been dumb. Rather stupid. Because I don't think there's any recipe in here that needs more than 4 fluids. Like, this building can handle up to 8 fluids at a time. Like, and I'm pretty sure there isn't any instance of any recipe that uses more than 4. Or that even uses more than 3. Oh yes, you do need a solid input. Congrats, you get to have that stuff. Dink and dink. Now, getting dimethane and getting the hot air. Hot air. Methane. And methanol. Huzzah! Huzzay! Huzzoo! We have methanol with its 1 megajoule fuel value. Oh boy. Isn't that great? Ta-da! Now, with our glorious friend, the rectum sol. Give that power. Thanks. Gotta get rid of all that. Oh boy, this is definitely a building. This is most certainly a building. Am I okay just using those? I think that's gonna be fine. I could place these 1 tile closer by building this way. Hi. Perfection. And syngas. Doink, doink, doink. And last but not least, power. Refined syngas. Hallelujah. Ta-da! Refined syngas. Step 1 for mining niobium. Wait, wasn't there something that's... Oh, that was... It's already taken care of. It's already taken care of. I did this thing. It way overproduces on the thing. I need a fluid input station, which I should have here. I'm pretty sure that's the spacing. This needs a different name. There we go. Power. There you go. Enjoy the glorious refined syngas. Alright, do that, do that, do... this. times 3. Ref syngas. Full cargo. Circuit condition. Auto. Magic. Define. Refined syngas under what tab? There. It is the very first of that list there. There we go. Where are you? I need you to be named something differently. Ah. Done. So at about 100 per second, 50,000 units is 8.33 minutes. Okay. You are overproducing? Ever so slightly? Huh. So you're saying I can make more? No, this says it uses the full output of all 4. Huh. Interesting. Note how much hot air is being used for this. I'm making 150 right now per second. And I'm actually making 150 per second. I did go off screen. There was an issue that I fixed. This pipe was missing. So this last one wasn't actually outputting. I'm now processing the full belt of stone bricks into hot air. I can very, very easily get another. I might do that. In fact, I might make it like a more compact, less space between the array and the processing, and just throw 2 belts in like here and just bring it up, and then I'll have 300 hot air. Yeah, it's just a little weird with having the tiles the ports directly next to each other. Especially when they used to have different fluids in each port, having them directly next to each other. Ah, that sucked. Because I remember that being a thing. Different fluids in ports that are directly adjacent to each other. So that will eventually fill up with stuff. Eventually. Now, I will need actual niobium mining drills, which I hope I've been making. I don't remember ever making niobium mines, so we're gonna need to set up niobium mines so I can actually tap into some niobium. We're gonna make a station here-ish. I think so. In here, I have to remember that. Okay. Niobium. Oh boy. This setup. Let me go over and up. You there. Give me this mine. And then I guess I can use the rest of these for other miscellaneous mines. I should have all of that stuff. Thank you, bots, for all the things. So I don't need this aspect. Oh, I do need syngas. My throat is hurting a little bit right now. All right, well, I'll set that up to have it. Oh, cold water, help me. It's this dry air. It's drying out the throat, and it's causing ugh. Sharp pains. It's also been getting colder around here lately. Today was the first day we've had to turn the heater on for just a little bit. At least we didn't have to do that prior to November. And we're going to keep the thermostat a little bit lower this year because, yeah, you know, natural gas heating. Yeah, we don't want to use much of that for various reasons. Okay. I think originally at the start this should be 1. Just because that reduces the necessary amount of copper by, a factor of 3. And makes things more manageable. Now, how big of a train station do I need? Why does this say that I need these when I should have that listed? Did I just remove it for whatever reason? Maybe. Huh? Oh, it's just order of operations. There you go. There you go. Order of operations. Easy. Oh boy, so this needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 inputs. This is why I hate NIOBIUM so much. I don't think I built this with the ability to have 13 stations. It would need to be a little bit lower. So I think if I control Z, it'll stop that ghost entity from existing. We'll go over there and worry about that. But I do need to get Chromite sand onto the network. So our first stop, now that I have restocked here, and I should have all these buildings. I don't. How many mines do I need? 3. I have 2. Okay, fine. Be that way. I need a classifier. We need to get classy. What else do I need? What can I get rid of is a great question. I don't need that impact crusher. I need FB reactors. A lot of them. 8, 9 of them. Fortunately, I have. I have jaw crushers and ball mills. I have chem plants and electrolysis and automated factories and gasifiers, so that should be that. Yes, that should be that. I am bringing in the solid fuel no matter what. Oh, I don't need more tar. You're actually overproducing tar, so there's one less thing that'll need to be brought in, because this will not need tar brought in. That's nice. Hey, at least there's that. Oh, did you know that aromatics officially now can be voided in either or for the sinkhole or the flare stack? You can use both to get rid of aromatics. There was so much confusion for which is which that it's just both now. You can use whichever one you think is the most appropriate for the circumstance. You could vent it out into the air, or you can dump it in a sinkhole. Either one is good. To get rid of excess aromatics, I had noticed that a while ago. I was like, oh, really? That's fun. Okay. Step 1. Getting chromite sand onto the train network. I plan on this eventually being a dedicated chromium ore into sand build, but for right now, just to get this moving, I'm gonna do just some generic copy pasting. I'm going to need to adjust this. There you go. I'm here. I've arrived. Oh boy. Absolutely wonderful. So yeah, this needs to go just like one tile higher for me. Thanks. At least until I get access to red belts. Once I have red belts, everything is awesome. Yes, chromite sand. And yes, I do know that I can get chromite sand out of sand. I know about that existing. It's been nerfed to hell because of me and my shenanigans with it. I have done some wonderful shenanigans involving that recipe. I know about it. It's great. It works. It's wonderful, but not something I plan on doing in this playthrough. It's like rich dust, chromite sand, something like that. Chromite sand. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's the Simic one. I'm not going to pick that. It was, yeah, rich. There's rich dust, chromite sand. So if I wanted like 5 of you, you could essentially convert iron. You can essentially convert iron into chromite sand, chromium, doing this. And you get a bunch of iron oxide as an output too. That's a lot of iron to oxide. That's a lot of iron to oxide. But yeah, you could do that for sand. But there's also like other ways of getting into the rich dust, like sand, like soil into sand, like that's a lot of infrastructure, 22.8 megawatts, but you're getting chromium from absolutely nothing without even spending the input syngas on it. It's is nice, is how I'll put that. Is nice as an option. Not an option I will use in this circumstance for niobium. Maybe it is. If I only need 1.1, if I only need 0.3, if we only need 0.3, and if we're bringing iron plates in anyway, just do that and reduce a station? I'll need a solid sep and a sand extractor, and then I don't even need to do this yet. Okay. Sure. We'll do that instead. Go back here. Give me solid separator and what was the other thingy? The other extractor. Where's the sand extractor? Do I even have that being built? I don't remember doing the sand extractor. Oh. Get out of the way. Ooh, aromatics are coming in. Sand extractors, huh? Our first required, quote-unquote required use. Our first optional that we're choosing to... Oh, right. They need niobium. Oh, hey. They need niobium. That's not an option. Back we go. Because I'm not going to bother with the like sand process on this. It would be a lot of sand. Still, 2 though. 2 and 3. Yes, we'll do that. I have that stuff. We can do this. We can do this. It's fine. It's more reasonable this way. I don't need to do anything by hand. Instead of spending iron, I can just get it out of nothing. I mean, it's that simple. Instead of spending iron, I can just get it from jack all. It will not scale well, but I can at least get the one niobium plate out. That'll be a thing. Now, seeing how there's 34 minutes left in today's stream, and we have the entirety of the everything here that needs to get done, even though it is like one building each. Can we see niobium today? Is the question. Gosh, I hope so, because that means big power poles and a heck of a lot of work for me to actually place them around the entire base. Yeah. Okay, so I think, yes, it did cancel that out, because I do need to keep it a little bit lower. Is this going to be enough for 12-ish? We'll go one lower just in case. It'll mean the train needs to go a really long ways around. Hey there. Goodbye. Alright. You. Figure out how to get there. Wow, really? That's your shortest path? Your quickest route? Oh, okay. Sure. Go all the way around. That's because the trains cannot do a U-turn at those large intersections. That's the one little problem I have with the Foundation Rail blueprint set, is that trains cannot turn around at an intersection like this. This intersection is not built with the capacity for a train that's going this way, that's going into the intersection from this bottom rail, to then get out of the intersection on the top rail to go back. It does not have that built in, which is sad and unfortunate. I wish it weren't so. Okay, you're back. Give me a few extra units of rails, because I need extra. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 solid inputs. Nine solid inputs. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 solid inputs. And I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah, I'll need to go and restock to get more of these unloaders. Whoops. One more, buddy. There we go. Connect all this up. Okay, and then there's 1, 2, 2 fluid inputs. Oh yeah, I guess this needs would you please default to that? Thanks. I can break this down just to get it out of the way. So, just to double check, 1, 2 fluids now, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Yep. Looks good to me. Then 2 fluid inputs. Right there. Oh, that spacing was off. I actually added an extra gap that I didn't need to. Oh, because it's the stupid doubled electric poles. Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm out of requester stations. And then let's not forget I do need a solid supply station with bulk rail loaders. Yeah, it's like this. This is the spacing. Ta-da! Ta-dee-da-doo. Ta-dum. There's the train station. Now, power is going to need to go... Which way is shorter? From here to here, or from here to here? So, this distance, or this diagonal. I think this diagonal is shorter. Don't know if less than 50 power poles is going to make it there, though. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We ran out. But we have 50 smalls. So let's use these. Connect. There you go. We have connected. Oh, how... The irony of how I'll have the big power poles right after doing this factory. Right after this factory is when we'll have those power poles. Oh boy. Why does this have to be such a big scrolling list? I don't know. And I'm gonna just place buildings. I'm just gonna place buildings now. Don't mind me as I just go and start placing buildings. Let's start with the actual processing part of it. That's taking the ore in. Processing. 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 Processing and processing. This will not scale if I build it with direct insertion. That's fluid in out. This is a solid input. at relatively high throughput. I usually think I'd do this from the side. Filter out the sand. So we have to deal with that byproduct by burning it. Here we've got gravel to deal with. Gravel can be immediately voided through saline. There's that. Ooh, that's pretty high throughput. I can adjust this to be better scalable in the future, as if I need more stuff. When I need more stuff. When. When, not if. When. Whoops. Fine, be that way. Stone. Alright, that's the, that's the NIOBIUM processing chain. Congratulations. That's what it is. That's how it looks. It's so simple when you ignore all of the inputs required for it. All of the fluid inputs required for it. It's actually incredibly easy. I do not need 3 because I'm pretty sure these have... These have 4 module slots. Huh. Well, that's interesting. They do need the drill head as well as the refined syngas. Drill heads and refined syngas to do this mining. Drill heads I'll have to make and pipe over. That's one of these pinned recipes, is the building of drill heads. It can be here. It is used exclusively for the mining. And all 3 of these ingredients are used exclusively as part of the mining. So whatever's the most convenient set of things. I'll need more belt. So whatever's the most convenient of these inputs will be those. I do need to go and restock because I want to start bringing stuff in now. So let's restock at the mall. That will cover that. And gosh, then there's all of this other stuff too. But it looks like I will actually get NIOBIUM today. Oop, as I hit the table with my leg. I was not quite expecting to actually see NIOBIUM, especially after wasting most of the first half hour of the stream doing the biology stuff. doing all that review early on, looking at a completely different game than the game I'm streaming today. That's another thing. Having a brief look at Prosperous Universe early on. That was definitely a thing. Speaking of which, there is an audio notification. I guess I can turn the audio off. There we go. If you keep Prosperous Universe open in a tab, it does ding you every time there's a notification. Oh, I never mentioned this. Oh, I never mentioned. I need to mention. So when I canceled the Newliest playthrough, I didn't have any idea of what should follow up on the Newliest playthrough. So I have a community post that I will post in chat. Go vote. Go vote here on what you think we should do as the next pre-recorded / edited series that follows up Newlius. You have until Friday to vote on this, and whatever wins, I will start recording on Friday morning. So you have until like the early morning on Friday. This is not like end of day Friday. I'll announce it early, like when I get up, basically. Right now, Satisfactory's Update 5 Experimental is winning. However, there is someone who does not want that to win. So if you do not want that to win, pick a team and vote for it. Note that I would have to buy these first two, but I now own Planet Zoo because it was on sale / is on sale. I don't know if the Steam Halloween sale is still going, but that was on sale and I got it. So yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. Go vote on what should be next. There have been 51 votes thus far, which is more than expected for less than a day of being up. It ended it ended yesterday. All right, that's fine. But yeah, it was on sale, and I did pick it up then. I picked up Planet Zoo and Children of the Nile, the pack with the Alexandria expansion, which was like $1.50 or $2.50, something like that. Something really small, some really low value. I forget exactly. How much was it for that pack? $2.49. It was $2.49 for Children of the Nile. That was good price. That was good price. And then Planet Zoo was $15.74 for the base game. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up now. That's a good price. That was a good price. Anyway, restocking is happening. Could we hurry it up, please? We're just waiting on Belt getting down here. Yeah, considering the base price was like, Ollie, stop. Was like, what? It's $49.99, $59.99 just for the base game of Planet Zoo. It's got a whole bunch of DLC for it that I didn't bother getting. Particularly because, well, if you don't like the base game, why would you buy all the DLC with it first? Buy the base game and then make the determination. There was a big discount if you didn't already own the game to get the game and all the DLC with it. But it would have been a little over $60 to get that and all of the existing DLC. It's like, well, do I really want all of it? And do I really want to get all of it before I've even played it? No. No, no. No, 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 no. No, that's a bad idea. Turns out it's decent. I've only done like the first 2 tutorial missions thus far. And it is definitely an improvement to the engine over Planet Coaster. I almost died to that train. Ahem. Off we go back here. Definitely an improvement. It's just getting into the mood to do the thing. Yeah, see, it doesn't unload from my load. It might check if the train is at its destination. Something simple-ish there before unloading. Like at a complete stop. Like station stop. Alright. I have not actually started playing the other one, the cheap Children of the Nile game yet. I haven't even started that. The only reason why it was even on my radar, because it's so old, is because I actually got it in the box at a thrift store. There was Children of the Nile just hanging out at a thrift store for like $1.50. Boxed copy of it, or $2, something like that. And the game itself, in its case, jewel case, inside the box, was shrink wrapped. It had never been open. It's still never been open, because that's like, wow, I can get at least 10 times what I paid for this if I were to sell it on eBay. That was critical? Okay, you can keep your critical power pole there. Alright. Now, let's get some of these train... let's get the inputs going next. Gosh, 12-ish minutes before the end of the stream. We'll go until we see NIOBIUM. We shall go until we see NIOBIUM. I don't want all of this, because I might want to reroute it. This will be our Coke at NIOBIUM. Bring me my Coke! Coke, there you are. Bring me that Coke. This, I guess, can be our steel at NIOBIUM. Come on, steel. I'm doing the steel... What am I doing? The steel, aluminium... Yes, save. Aluminium. And titanium. Our titanium at NIOBIUM. Please plonk all these things. Titanium. Okay. I have 2 belts out that need to... Oh, God. No. Stop. Please, why? Down? Up. Okay, they're on their way. And that is the doohickeys. That's the drill heads. Done-ish. I can go up here and be like, RF syngas at NIOBIUM. Yes, give me my refined syngas, the most refined of our syngas. Whoops. Buddy. You gotta select the correct thing. What? Oh. It would help. Actually defining the refined syngas. There we go. We are defined. What was the other fluid? Hot air? Yes, hot air. Hot air at NIOBIUM. Let's go, hot air. That was Pi Petroleum Handling's edition. Come on, let's go. Okay, refined syngas. I've got a pipeline down here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get power brought over. We'll do it from here. Okay. Hot air. Gee, am I going to have enough pipe for all of this? I have no idea. Okay. Let's go. Hot air! Come on down. Ta-da! Okay. Let's get a radar coverage going. Right in here sounds good. That'll show me that I do need this to be powered over here. We are officially mining NIOBIUM. Ta-da! We are mining. Pound it. Pound it good. Drill. Drill for me all of that wonderful NIOBIUM. Go real fast. Ahem. Now we need the fluid inputs. Because all these are going to be, they're going to be fine. I will need a burner. There you go. Burn. Solid fuel. Let's go down. I am going to need a lot of belt because I decided to build this so far away. Ahem. Yes. Unless I do the solid input stuff over here, because it's going to convert to fluids and I can pipe the fluids. That'll be probably the better plan. Yes, that would be the much better plan. How am I going to approach this? That's an even better question. How do I even approach all of this? Because there's that concept, there's the FB reactor to give that needs a pump. Give air. Need chromite, sand, and copper plate. Need chromite, sand, copper plate. Give power. Give doohickey. Doohickey need lead. Give lead. Give steam. Needs water. Oh, this is a loop, isn't it? Not actually. It does 8.33 water equal 33.33 steam? I don't quite think that's at ratio, but regardless, water. Water. Go. None of this is being built for me to be able to scale it. Whatever. Ugh. Stuff. Things. Syngas input. Syngas input. There we go. Better. None of this is built to scale. Oh well. That's good. Why the hell is this 8? Six, 7. 8. Okay. Oh god. Well, this'll be fun. Especially since it uses 2 solid inputs. There we go. Phew. Overflow void. Because we're going to need that. Also going to need to do this. And you eat not that much copper each, so it will be okay. Having copper here, leaving just enough space for power poles. Okay, and copper was also needed here. And it'll be needed here. Oh boy. Copper. Copper. I don't even know what way I'm going to run with that copper. Probably actually from below. But we shall see. So that's that one, ish. That one you can place there. You can place there. Gee, thanks. Thank you, Pyandon, for the most wonderfully designed of buildings. It's very much appreciated. Oh god, I'm using mini loaders. This works when using regular loaders, because regular loaders are priority over inserters. What do I mean by that? I mean that loaders load a ton of stuff into the internal buffer. More stuff than a regular inserter will insert into the building. So, this don't work. This work. This will work. Need saline. What building? You. Gib saline. Water. It's getting too far. I'm going to there's still so much. I'm going to be finishing this off screen, okay? I thought I would have enough time. There's just too much in here. We are mining the NIOBIUM. We've got the setup going. I'm going to be wrapping this up off screen, starting to use the NIOBIUM and all of that, so that when we next meet, we can start working on some of the biotic stuff, I guess. That'll be next. Ulrich, setting up Ulrich, like proper Ulrich for bone meal and manure, along with Faugi, since those are new. Unfortunate, but yeah, it's 5 after, and I need to wrap it up. So with that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. I will be back on Thursday with more, and I will see you all on the next one.